In this episode, I'm going to run through the 8 critical mistakes that creators are making on LinkedIn and why they're not generating any leads. So if you don't know me, my name is Matthew Lakajev. I run a program called 7-Figure Creators, where we help creators both make their first 10K or business owners generate 5+ warm leads, and then also help creators make 7 figures a year, which is about to come out very, very shortly as well. And I've worked with 400+ people. I built a business on LinkedIn that does $1.3 million a year now of 100% organic DMs and content, and I take a crazy high profit margin from that as well. And I'm not a solopreneur, and I don't believe in that as well. So these are the 8 critical mistakes. I'm going to talk around what to do instead. The first one is using AI comments. Like using an AI comment, is I can't even begin to express. Would you go to a networking event in person and then have conversations with other people, right? And then as you're having these conversations, like you're not even actually present, you just let someone else answer for you. And all of again, it's an AI. It's like leaving AI comments absolutely crushes your brand because LinkedIn is the biggest networking platform in the world currently, B2B, right? And there's 1 billion people on there. You come to network. And when you network, you want to be the most valuable person in the room. And adding an AI comment both doesn't add value, and it also shows that you don't care. It's like you're the person at the party who just talks about themselves and doesn't give a shit about anyone else. That's what an AI comment is doing to your reputation. So what to do instead is leave less comments and leave really genuine comments that always pull something back to yourself and that are a learning. And make sure, I got this one from Yasmin Alec, make sure when you're commenting, you're not commenting for the author, you're commenting for the reader. And you're adding additional value from your own insight and your own one-of-one content as well. So this is the first one. Please do not do AI content. It's not going to help you get leads. The second thing is when people use LinkedIn automation with no sales experience. Like, it is a one-way ticket to fucking up your brand. Seriously. Like, what you do each time you reach out one-to-one with someone with this templated, shitty message that this lead gen person has told you to do, and they're taking you $1,500 a month just because they've set up your Dripify, all that's happening is each time you send a message, you're ruining your reputation and your rapport with that person a little bit. It's as if you just went up to somebody at a networking conference and you just introduced yourself the same. You didn't give a shit about what they did. And you just said, I'm this person. What's going on? You said the same thing to everybody. They're not going to remember you. And so the key to doing this is do not use automation tools unless you are trained on sales and you're really damn good at it or you're getting guidance. And even then, I still wouldn't use it most likely. And make sure that the messages and the DMs you send are highly personalized and highly relevant to the individual, because personalization and relevance combined equal reply rates. And also what we found is if you personalize and send a relevant DM to someone in the connection request, they have a higher propensity chance to buy later on. So you get a higher reply rate, higher chance to buy later on because they see you as a genuine human. And LinkedIn is the long game. Don't think about lead gen as how many deals can I close in 30 days. Think about how many deals can I close in the next 365 days from all the pipeline that I built from all the conversations that I've started. So please don't use an automation tool, especially if you're not trained in sales. And I would just say, please don't use it. Number 3, using a pod to boost your posts is like the worst thing you can do. There's people I know, I went away to a conference and I saw people who were like, they were in a similar business coaching sphere at this mastermind thing. And they've been podding the hell out of their content. They've been getting 300 likes. But the thing about podding your content is you have no idea if your content's good or if it even hits home. So the instant you stop podding, is like your content is just going to fall to shit. So you don't actually improve and get better content because you don't even know what's happening. And what also happens is the people that realize and know, and they see all the same VAs commenting on your post at the same time, they know you're podding. And that also does damage to your reputation. So it's a one-way ticket to not generating leads. It may do stuff in the short term. It may. But like in the long term, it's going to ruin you. And you're not going to get better at producing content, which sucks. The fourth thing is like not updating your profile. This is literally signaling to the world that you don't care about how you look online, and doing nothing is a choice in itself, and it's damaging your brand. By you not rebuilding your LinkedIn profile, the professional business B2B network, by you not having a nice clean profile with a good photo, a good banner, and investing that. Spend 2 hours, invest in doing it. You're signaling to the world, like, I don't give a fuck how I look online. And what you're also signaling, it's like you're the person who goes to the cocktail party wearing just shitty clothing because you're like, I don't give a fuck about you all. Like, that's literally what it says to people. And what they do is they judge you. And it's really hard because I even know people, like, the hard thing about LinkedIn especially is, like, I know people who are like make a lot of money, right? And they got great businesses, but their LinkedIn shit. But if they just improve their digital presence a little bit and posted like 1 or 2 times, these are not creators, these are business owners that are doing, say, 20 million a year. Man, the amount of business and reputation that would come in would be insane because they've already built an actual real reputation. But like, not doing your profile signals that you don't give a shit. Like, you just don't care. So what should you do? Man, there's so many personal branding and profile people on LinkedIn. If you don't want to do it to yourself, just like make it look pretty at least. You don't have to set up as a sales funnel. We teach and coach on that. But like, at least just find someone who does it. You'll pay them $300. They'll spend 5 hours and make this bomb ass profile that looks like amazing, and you'll blow people away. And even if you have that as the perception, that is good enough. The 5th mistake is anyone who uses a lead gen company who says you don't need content. Like, so many of these companies were started by people, and this is more directed to people who are newer in the creator game, not experienced creators. But like, so many of these lead gen companies, like, all they do is you pay them a $1,500 retainer. You've never reached out on LinkedIn before. They plug in an automation tool. They write your scripting. They write like 4 follow-up messages. They plug it in. They don't show you how it works, but it's actually extremely simple. I could show you in about 30 minutes. And they just send these messages. And all of a sudden, you start getting leads. And you know the reason why? Because you've never reached out to anyone before. And you've actually probably got a decent reputation. And so like, but using a lead gen company who tells you don't need content is also a fast way to burn your reputation, because what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and pump 150 LinkedIn DMs a day. They used to use this tactic, which was where you could message 150 people a day in a LinkedIn group. They might use some email thing now or something like that as well, right? But they're just going to like pump the volume, but they don't care about the quality. So they're smashing your reputation and they don't care. But all of a sudden you got these 3 appointments in your calendar and you're like, oh my God, I paid an agency and it actually worked. But they're actually smashing your reputation at the same time because they know the lifetime value of a customer is only going to be on average 6 months. So they just got to milk you for as much as they can and try to lock you in for a longer term contract. So they don't actually care. Number 6 is having a confusing profile. Now, there's obviously not doing anything with your profile, but the other thing that's bad is having a profile that's so confusing. And a lot of people, especially in the design space or the LinkedIn personal branding space, they just go too far and they have this really confusing profile and people have no idea what you do. So all you want to identify, you want it to be crystal clear who you help, how you can help them, what you can do to help get them help, and that's it. And just usually have 1 call to action in your featured section, maybe 2. Super duper simple, because your LinkedIn profile should be the communications piece. It's like a billboard of you pointing somebody to go somewhere and do something. The one I've got on my profile now is we point someone to a video sales letter, so they then apply and then they book a time with me to chat on WhatsApp to go through our sales process, which currently has about a 38% close rate just because we've warmed the leads up and pre-qualified them throughout. But these fancy, crazy, over-the-top profiles, they're not doing any service to helping you generate leads, like, at all. The next one, and this is particular employees and companies, and so for aspiring creators, but posting company articles and never anything about yourself. This is also signaling that you don't care. You don't care about the platform. You're just doing this because somebody told you to, and instead all you want to do is make money and you don't add value. If you're newer to the creator game, even a creator business owner, and you want to start pushing leads online, just follow the top copywriters and follow the top creators. Look and emulate what they're doing. Find the best people in your niche. Look at their content. Look at their top performing posts. There's a tool called Clio, Kleo. Download that. You can go to a creator in your niche or multiple creators, find them, and then go to their top performing posts, see what works, and then recreate and add value. Because each time you just post a case study or this thing, it's like this company blog thing, it's doing you a disservice. And the 8th thing is the one that I feel most passionate about. It's that you don't engage or DM at all. Like, it's crazy. The amount of creators I've chatted to who just keep thinking, I've got to create better content to get more leads, when in reality, it's like, it's honestly crazy to me. It's like, okay, I've got to if you can make your content like 2% better, I'm all of a sudden going to get like 3 times as many leads. But what happens if you got your DM game from 1 out of 10 to 7 out of 10? You're going to massively improve your leads. And because you already haven't actually started chatting to your total addressable market of people that could be even interested in your stuff, and probably people that have been following your content for like 6 months, like it's usually the easiest way to immediately get leads with people. And so people just don't DM and they expect people to come to them. But as I mentioned on the previous podcast, if you just rely on inbounds and you don't reach out to people who view your profile, follow you, engage on your content, right, or anyone else who's in your ICP, you're actually only tapping into about 5% of the total addressable market that could want to buy from you right now. So you're doing yourself a disservice, but you're also doing them a disservice because they want to buy the thing that you sell. But it's because you're not talking to enough people. Like I even feel bad enough that I'm not talking to enough people. Hence, I'm trying to make more and more content to like push it out because I'm maxing out the DMs. But like I'm at a point now, and a lot of people will be like, Matt, see, you're doubling down on content. Why should I do the DM thing? The reason is because I've already had thousands of conversations with people, so I can create content that's good and relevant that matters, and I still do the DM thing at the same time. So it works in combination with each other. That's how it works essentially. But these are the 8 kind of critical mistakes I see all creators making and why they're not generating any leads. So if you flip these and you fix these things, I promise you're going to have some overnight success. It's all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my God, people want to talk to me. It's crazy because they do want to talk to you because they like your content as well. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please, guys, subscribe to the How to Make Money as a Creator podcast, sign up to my newsletter, or apply to our program if you want to work with 400 other creators who are generating 10K per month or 5 warm leads per week on LinkedIn. Peace out. Catch ya.